تحب للناس ما تحب لنفسك تكون مؤمنا. If you love for yourself, if you love for the people what you love for yourself, you are a believer. Amanna. See? If you love for the people what you love for yourself, takun mu'mina, you are a believer. How many of us love for our neighbors to have Ferrari? How many of us? How many of us would love for our neighbors to have a mansion? How many of us would love for our neighbors to build 10 houses in Nigeria, in Sierra Leone, in America? How many of us would like for our neighbors to have multiple boutiques? No. You want people to say, you have it. That one, he went to Ebodo Ibo. He come back, subhanallah, this one, Allah bless him. He came back, boutique. This one, Allah bless the children. No, they are all, this one a master, this one a PhD. But when they say your neighbor has a PhD and your son has a bachelor's, they say, look at you. We gave birth to you the same year, 1980, and now look at you. Look at that one. He is PhD holder. You are here doing bachelor's, and you're mortal man. That's how we talk. Subhanallah. You know what you should be saying? When the neighbor has something that you don't have, you know what you're supposed to say? Masha Allah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. This is in the Quran. Muhammad said that. Masha Allah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. This is what we're supposed to say. Imagine if Allah has said, if you pray for your neighbor for anything, you will get twice of it. What will you do? You will pray for your neighbor. Allah, give my neighbor the whole America, and give them the whole Nigeria, and give them the whole of Africa. So Allah will give you the whole of America twice, the whole of Africa twice, the whole of Nigeria twice. But because no, we don't do that. Because we are selfish, we are self-centered. Everything is about ana, me, and me. You want your kids to be the best? You want your job to be the best? You have to the best car? Everything. The only thing we don't race for is to read Quran now. You're not going to say, that boy, he knows how to read Quran. I want to read better than him. We don't do that. You say, Allah bless him. That's all you say, Allah bless him. But when it comes to money, they say the Imam has money. You say, how Imam will have money now? Imam should be reading Quran. What will Imam do with boutique? So why do you think the Imam should not have a boutique? Why do you think you should be the one having stores and the Imam should not have? And the Imam should be waiting for Zakat to fitr every Ramadan. That's the only time you remember the Imam. Subhanallah. Let me hold it there. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, so do your work. If you surrender yourself, no, Allah will not, Muhammad will not take away from your benefit, brothers and sisters. Know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that forgives and have mercy. So let's be Muslims and then fight hard to become mu'min. Now Allah is describing a believer. You know, I gave you some ayat from Baqarah. I gave you some ayat from Anfal. I gave you some ayat from Mu'minun about the qualities of believer. Allah used one sentence here to describe a believer. See this. If you can fit in here, maybe you are closer. And I gave you hadith of Muhammad, who is a believer. Muhammad said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما تحب لنفسه. You shall never be a true believer until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. That doesn't mean that if I have a fine car, you come and say, brother, can you give me this car? Love it for me. That's not what that means. Some people are like that. You should not have good to say, I am your Muslim brother. I love this shoe. So you can take it and give it to them. That's not what I'm saying. But you don't dislike it when they have it if you don't. You don't get hasad, enmity in you because your neighbor or your stepbrother, did you hear me? Your stepbrother or your cousin has something that you don't have. So Allah described the believer. He said, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. The believer is the one that believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger. ثُمَّ لَمْ يَرْتَابُوا. And he has no doubt in his mind. No doubt. The believer does not have doubt in Allah. He knows that when something befalls him, anything that befalls him is coming from Allah. He is not going to question anyone. His kids start dying. He did not say, what is going on? Why my kids are the only one dying? He doesn't go and look to Juju. He doesn't go to Alpha. He doesn't go to anyone to go look what is happening with his business. He leaves it in the hands of Allah. He is the one that will say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Surah At-Tawbah when Allah said, لَن يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا هُوَ مَوْلَانَا فَنِعْمَ الْمَوْلَى وَنِعْمَ النَّصِيرُ. The believer is the one, when something befall them, they will not turn to anyone.